You're supposed to go.
I didn't get the thing that say go. It was lagging. I'm so sorry. Anyways, welcome everybody to another episode of the NerdCorp Podcast. This is your one and only source for all things nerdy, whether it be video games, comic books, TV shows, whatever you need. Of course, we got your back. I am your host who just screwed this whole thing up. My name is Matt Hedrick, and here with me, always willing to point it out, that's Mr. Chad Porto.
Garbage pail. That is what you are. A garbage pail. Because you got nothing but trash.
You just crumble up paper and just keep shooting it into me then?
Basically. You're used to having white blobs in you, aren't you? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, yeah, that's a good joke.
This is the best joke. So before we even get started, I think I found a video that I think you'll enjoy.
Okay. I am intrigued.
No, sorry. I just saw a video that says that one time Kane showed up to Raw in a Nike tracksuit. And I'm like, I don't remember this. Watch later. We will be watching this video. I have no idea what it's about, but we're going to be watching it. All right. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Go, Turtles. Go, Turtles. Go. Go, Turtles. Go. I got two. We'll talk about the other one here. Where the hell did you go? How far along did I watch this fucking thing? Where are you? There it is. 10 Things You Didn't Know About TMNT2, The Secret of the Ooze by Minty Comedic Arts. Yeah. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed it immensely. What? Okay. All right, there we go. Had to get through that. Matt's already boring me to sleep.
I didn't even say anything.
I
Jesus
know, right?
Christ.
It's impressive. You got skills. It's the one skill you have.
Is it just the soul of me just goes into you and spores you that way too? Jesus, dude.
Essentially, like you're kind of like just that omnipresence that affects people in a grandiose sense. Like it's indescribable what you're able to do.
Am I like a nuclear bomb of boredom or something?
No, because that has an actual explosion. You're more like
A bottle rocket?
How about I talk and then you don't? That works. You're like the carbon monoxide of boredom. You don't need to say anything or do anything, and you bore people to death. See? Do you see? When you let me talk, I can make good analogies, but when you try to talk, you just kill the bit.
Well, you just like being a dick to me, so I just figured I'd let you go.
I mean... So yeah, I decided to give you a fucking video to watch, and you're all like being a little schmancy pansy over there. So like, I don't know.
What do you want from me? It hasn't popped up on my thing, so what the fuck you want?
I hadn't sent it to you yet.
Okay,
I guess I'll send it to you because apparently you want to watch it, so like you can watch it on your own GD time. There you go. Have fun. I think he does another.
What are you talking about? Like,
just shh. I think he does another one about turtles, but I don't know if that was his or not. I just saw another one that says 10 things you didn't know about turtles. I'm like, they have shells. Oh, fascinating. Interesting. They don't have any bones. That's probably not true. They like soup. That's a lie. That's a damnable lie. Oh, Matt, why didn't we should have had Resident Evil. They didn't
put Resident Evil in there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Resident Evil's in there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. One of them was the highlights from the showcase.
No, it's not.
April 15th, 2021, the showcase summary from the thing. That's what that is right there. That stupid little bee. I couldn't get it to look at like anything. That's what it is.
Because I'm just looking at the fucking stream. It says Indie World, and then I have showcase summary. What the fuck? Oh, just send me the fracking video. yeah, why do you suck so hard at this?
What the
Okay,
fuck? I sent you the thing with the fucking facts in instead of a 45-minute video to watch. What the fuck is your problem?
just send me the fucking trailer. It's 2 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Or you can send me the teaser for Infinite Darkness or any number of goddamn things. So
Dear God.
Matt's just failing left and right tonight.
The insult train is pulling into the
It's not
fucking
even,
station, ladies and gentlemen.
Not even an insult train. You're just bad at your job. So let's start with the Resident Evilness, because I didn't know we were getting a Resident Evilness. Like, they do like 9 of these a year. Hey guys, did you hear Resident Evil 8's coming out? How many fucking preemptive packages do we need? All of them. So this one I didn't watch. I didn't even know it was happening. Like, I literally came onto YouTube and I see Rosie Icarus, Kadicarus. What's her last name? Because like, it's not Cat. Oh, it is Caddy, isn't it? No. What's her
Caddick.
Caddick.
James Caddick, yes.
Okay, so it's Rosie Caddick. So I see Rosie Caddick going, yeah, Resident Evil 8. And I'm like, huh. I guess I'll be watching this. So I watched the Infinite Darkness teaser trailer, I watched the Mercenaries trailer, and I watched the game trailer. And I will say this: Resident Evil 8 already has so much more going for it than Resident Evil 7. Namely, it's in a bigger location than just one stupid little fucking swamp level. It's not in a dumb, stupid swamp level, which is another good thing because like fucking who swamps, like who the fuck cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than 2 villains, so that's cool. That pissed me off. I was like, oh, I gotta fight the bakers and then a bunch of these molded dudes that look like kinda cross between the green dudes in that one fucking game with all the blocks and whatnot. I don't know what that game's called. Minecraft? There it is. And Venom. So it's like, oh, cool. Those are things now, apparently. All right, whatever. But this one we get like giant dudes, and we get werewolf dudes, and we get vampire dudes and zombie dudes, and then like a bunch of chick dudes. I was like, oh, cool. This is going to be a thing, man. I'm excited. I'm not a big fan of the first person. Still not a big fan. But like, this one at least has a story that's tied to the universe, unlike the last one, which was just, oh, I need to find my wife. Like all that game was missing was the character walking around calling out the name of his son relentlessly. What was his name? Nathan?
Man, don't David Cage
Nathan.
Bullshit. Don't
Nathan.
do that.
What was his name? Was it Nathan? Jason. Like, that's all this game was missing, man.
Thank you for reminding me of that piece of shit. Oh, thank you so much.
If I have to deal with the suck, you have to deal with the suck. So overall, I don't understand or get the desire to have these things, but whatever. The showcase was a showcase, and it got some people excited. But I'm of the mindset that I might actually get this game new. I want to know what you think, though. What did you think of the RE-ness?
I'm always intrigued when a new game comes out. I always like the fact that they're presenting this like they always want to give you a demo and a taste of these games because not a lot of companies do that anymore. So them saying you're gonna have like I think it's like they're gonna have like a 60-minute demo you can play or whatever, but it's only for one day, which kind of sucks, but still get to try it. Definitely digging the vibe. I like the setting a lot more. It's intriguing me more to play it. 7 was always off-putting to me. I never really wanted to jump in because of the setting. I wasn't really feeling would you call it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like family vibe, like the way it's kind of set up? Or
no, I would say because it was a swamp that it was a swampy vibe.
So they weren't trying to tie it to any like particular horror setting. And then what are they?
Well, they were trying to take you back to the first mansion kind of thing with the setting in the house and the umbrella-ness but it was also just very meh. I think they spent more time working on the engine and working on gameplay than they did designs or anything, because I really felt like not even just the designs of the enemies being very singular and terrible. I felt that the designs of the bakers themselves weren't that impressive.
Mm.
So I was kind of let down by the whole thing, and I don't know, man. I kind of just didn't like it.
First person is just not like your thing with these kind of games though. Like it, eh. I don't know if I have such a thing against like first person or anything like that because I mean you're always willing to. It's always not a bad thing to try new things with a franchise like this, but third person was just kind of where it was at with the series. It's just kind of when people equate something to Resident Evil, that's kind of what you equate it to is third person survival horror, at least as far as I know. And I'd like to get back to that, but I don't know if I see that's where it gets rough for me in this one. Like when I think of first person, I think of action, action based stuff, not slow paced things. And I don't know if I'm gonna fully complete something like this, but I'll at least give it a shot. At least give it a try.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think I'm more excited for the Netflix series because
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
you got Leon, you got Claire, you got snarkiness. Holy shit! When Claire was like, "Leon, I don't think that outfit suits you," I was like, "Yes." That's a pun, people. That's a pun. Because he's wearing a suit. I guess you had to watch the trailer to get that pun. But whatever.
Not
It's
to
good stuff.
releasing. It's not releasing too far from now. I believe it's like in July or something like that. It's premiering.
Sweet. So, should be interesting. Should be interesting.
Mm.
Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about this Hallmark thing because this is cool.
Mm.
Hallmark is releasing 13 ornaments for the upcoming holiday season through Nintendo. Although some of these I don't understand how they're Nintendo related, but like whatever.
Yeah, somewhere obviously not.
They're collectible keepsake ornament collections. Oh, it's not Nintendo specifically. It's just 13 video game ornaments. So you get a caped Mario from Super Mario Brothers. Looks pretty dope, won't lie. You got a personalized Mario from Super Mario. I guess that's the one with the name. So it's
Mm.
got the Mario with the little thing and the name. Like, okay, that makes sense. Then we have Enderman from Minecraft, which is the one that looks like a bunch of Lego blocks. You got Pixel Link, which I think is pretty dope, and Pixel Zelda. Which one is Pixel Zelda? Oh, Enderman. Okay, never mind. Enderman is the black dude with the present, and then the Lego one is Zelda, and then obviously the Link is Link. That makes sense. We have Sonic and Tails from Sonic and Hedgehog. That one's pretty cool. We also got a Knuckles. We got a King Mickey from Kingdom Hearts. So there's that. Although he's just got a big key, so I don't know if you can really call him a king, but whatever. You have Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, Charizard from Pokemon, Donkey Kong from Mario Kart, and Crackshot from Fortnite. I don't know who Crackshot is. I guess maybe he's this dude that looks like a nutcracker. Because that's the only one that's left.
Nutcracker.
All right, so which one of these do you think you would want to get? Oh, and there's also a Super Nintendo, which is on the screen.
Yeah, like absolute that one bar none above them all is probably going to be the one I would want to snag the most because I have the any. I've collected a lot of these over the years. Is kind of why I was happy to see a new story pop up for this. As I have I have a Donkey Kong arcade. There's I think a Joust one, and I just got we just recently got the NES console itself, and it does play the like the original Super Mario Brothers, has the two controllers on the top, so I definitely would want to follow that with the Super Nintendo one. But like I'm a fan of Sonic, man, and that Knuckles one looks pretty dope. I would have to grab that one and Sonic. I think this one with Sonic and is like Tails holding him like when he would pick him up in the game or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. That would for sure be one of the ones I would grab. Anything like completely stand out to you in all these or
I would say probably Sonic and Tails looks nice. Sub-Zero looks pretty dope. Definitely Pixel Link, and then the Super Nintendo console. Those would be the ones I would consider getting. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I like Kingdom Hearts and all, but I don't have that much of an attachment to have it on my Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like it, but the Mario Cape one looks pretty sweet. I actually have that one they're showing of the Pixel Link down here. I have an amiibo for that, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when they were doing like a 30th or some anniversary, yeah, they released a version of that. I got a Mario one too. It's Link's got the shield or something, and Mario's coming out of the warp pipe. They're enormous. Like they dwarf every other amiibo. They're like at least 3 times the size. I don't know why. You can't even like put them like. The Switch has that little thing where you have the amiibo like connection to it, and when you put it on there, it like covers all your face buttons. Fucking thing's enormous. No, yeah, my favorites on here, man. Knuckles looks slick. I do like Sub-Zero on there, but I feel like that's a weird way to celebrate the holidays. But hey, he's frozen, so Christmas, I guess.
Well, he's the snow ninja, and Christmas has snow. So I don't know. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, for sure. I would pick up probably, at least without question, Tails and Sonic, Knuckles, Mario, and the Super Nintendo for sure.
All right. Well, let's move on. Alfred Molina's coming back to Spider-Man, apparently, I guess. I know he said that Doc Ock is coming back to Spider-Man, but I don't know if necessarily if he's coming back. But he's all like, hey, y'all want spoilers? And we're like, no. He's like, cool. Doc Ock's going to be in Spider-Man 3. And I was like, hey, I still haven't seen Spider-Man 2, so fuck off. I don't care.
As I say, you don't even have desire to, do you?
No, not really. I might see Spider-Man 3, because there's rumors that it's going to be a multiverse movie. And we may get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Mans. The Spider-Mans. That'd be cool. I'd tune in for that.
I would see it for that. I definitely would see it for that. Because the animated version of that was amazing.
Right,
Awesome.
so like that'd be cool. Maybe we'll even get the animated Miles Morales popping up. Be like, hey man, look at me. So that'd be cool. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I never went for. I mean, I liked the Spider-Man, the new ones, but I never went for what's the kid who plays him now? What's his name? Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I never
Tom
really
Holland
liked
Mills.
him. I never really liked him as the character. You know, like I always felt like that. My favorite was always Tobey Maguire, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
At least for like the big action sequences and stuff like that. Like 2 has, bar none, my favorite action sequence out of all of those movies.
With the train.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when he's especially when he's trying to stop the train and he's just holding on to that thing for dear life. That was some great fucking like CGI, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it is pretty good stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna care about this. It really feels like the Marvel train has gone off the rails, mostly due to the fact that they've kind of come to a logical conclusion with Endgame. So I don't know how they're gonna, reboot and recertify things. These series have done, I think they've done well. But even if, they've had 20 million views, that's still not anywhere near close to what the movies were doing. So, like, I don't know.
Just in a weird time, with the way these things work too. Because when you do a series, you generally want it to be like something more than like a season, But it seems like they're doing some weird thing where it's like, I guess they're all tying this into the start of like a new phase of their stories or something, I guess.
Well, I think part
Is
of
that
the
how this is
problem.
supposed to work?
Yeah, I think part of the problem is that they're doing these series with characters we don't really care that much about. I know people really want to put over, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Scarlet Witch, but at the end of the day, those are B and C tier characters at best. What people wanted were an Iron Man series or a Captain America series or a Hulk series. Well, we didn't get those. And now we're getting, hey, here's the third tier replacement characters. They're getting their own series. Have fun. We're all like, what? No, thank you. So I don't know. I feel like it's really running out of steam. I think they're hoping that they can do a Fantastic Four series or film because that's pretty much all they have left in terms of like high brand value, like them and the X-Men. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't have much optimism for this brand.
Yeah, Fantastic Four has really been on like has always been like in the downward spiral as far as I'm concerned. Like I don't think they've ever had really like a decent movie at all, honestly.
I thought the first one was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't great, but I liked it.
Mm.
Speaking of things I like, Red Hood, he's getting a new comic. I don't know why we're talking about Red Hood's comic. Why are we talking about Red Hood's comic?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that are comic book related as well as video game related. I'm trying to mix it up, and I guess not everything hits.
I didn't read the article, so I have no idea why I made the list. That's all. So I don't know. All right, well let's fuck it. We'll go straight on to the goddamn YouTubes. I watched a bunch of shit, and I'm gonna scroll back down, and I'm gonna go up on my previously watched and hit a bunch of shit. It's gonna take a while, so kind of just like fucking buckle up, man. Let's see. Where to start? The leaderboard is back. They did a which one did they do? Did they do Mortal Kombat? I can let me check. So yeah, they did. They've been doing stuff for the last few weeks. I shouldn't say they're back. They've been back. They did a good Mortal Kombat's craziest movies and TV shows, a complete timeline. So with the new movie coming out here, I think in a week, or maybe it's already out. I think it's out next week. You can catch up on what
23rd.
you missed. So in a week. So you can catch up on what you missed. They also did a every universe breaking character in Mortal Kombat list. So if you want to check that out, definitely do so. I'm sure I watched more stuff, but I'm going to start there and scroll my way back up. Let's see. Here we go. What Culture Gaming did a great video on the 10 darkest vaults in Fallout history. I don't think this is a new video, but I definitely just watched it for the first time. So I would implore everyone else watch it for the first time. It is pretty dang good. If you like pro wrestling and you want to follow the best character in wrestling right now, do so at Love That Danhausen. He is a smaller wrestler, maybe 5'8", maybe 140 pounds. But he's over like Rover, and he's actually going to be on the Conan O'Brien podcast here. He has a great look. He's kind of like a combination of Sting / Dracula / Joker. And his whole bit is that he's very evil and very nice.
The best combination.
Right? Like, he breaks teeth and punches teeth out of people's mouths, but he'll get mad at you if you swear. And he has this great delivery tone. I think I sent you the video of him putting in his comic book in his friend's comic shop, and he just walks around and puts it in.
I was actually just about to ask you that. Yeah, this was the same guy.
Yeah, yeah. And he's great. He always walks around, and like, everything's a housing. So, like, he's like the Conan Housens. He's very funny, very enjoyable. His stuff's great, and he always has this great kind of demeanor. Very, very enjoyable character. The best way I can describe it is he's a combination of the 1960s Joker crossed with a 1940s horror movie villain crossed with kind of a weird pro wrestler. Like it's very cool, and I think people would enjoy the hell out of it. So another set of videos I've been watching are the Toy Galaxy videos. I actually subscribe to them. At least I think I subscribe to them. Let me double check, make sure I have. I've been watching a shitload of videos. Subscribed with an ED. So I watched the one with the Centurions. I watched a bunch of them. I watched the one with Toonami. Let's see. I watched the one with Creepy Crawlers. That one was dope as shit. I didn't realize that the Creepy Crawlers. You remember those?
Oh, you had to like. It was like a big elaborate like lab thing where you got to put all together all the little creatures or something, right?
I mean, no, but yes. It was just an oven box, like an easy bake oven.
Oh, was it like? Didn't they come out of like slime or something? If I remember, I forget.
It was more like glue.
Okay. I haven't done it in years. That's why I'm asking. Like, I'm so vague on it right now. Like, last time I remember doing it, I was a kid. So.
You got like multicolored things of like wax or plastic or whatever, and you'd pour them into like the little containers, and like you could like do different colors to make the things look different, and then you put them in, and then they come out, and they're like, ah. Apparently,
You
the
would
damn
like pick them up with like a little toothpick or something like that, and you get to see the creation.
no, you would just take them out because
Oh.
we're not pansies. Wow, toothpick. What? So I remember I wanted them so badly as a kid. I like things that made a mess. What can I say? But the one thing that I didn't realize was that this franchise has been around for 60 years. It came out in the 60s.
Damn.
Yeah,
I
with
didn't realize
like
that.
a 400-degree hot plate and like noxic fumes and just
Oh
like,
dear God.
oh, it's great. Oh, it's so good. The 60s does not give a fuck about your health.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, are you a 7-year-old child? Do you want to play with toxic chemicals and burning hot plates? Creepy Crawlers is the set for you. And of course, there was the action figure line they came out with in the mid 90s because they did that Creepy Crawlers TV show. I thought that show was dope as shit. I love that show. That show was cool. Probably terrible as shit, going back in time, but hell yeah, go check it out. Other Toy Galaxy episodes I watched were the Story of the Buzzmasters. I love that show. It's the fucking ninja dude, baseball dude, other dude, and then human dude. It was the robot version of Creepy Crawlers, essentially, in terms of like the lineup. I actually had some of these action figures. I loved them. I thought they were cool as shit. I loved the TV show, but then like, it got canceled. I didn't understand why it got canceled. I was like, the fuck? What?
How many of them did you have? Like,
I had two. I had the kid and I had a robot. I forget which robot I had. It wasn't the robot I wanted. I wanted the ninja dude, obviously. Duh.
the series didn't last very long then?
30, 40 episodes, but I only saw like a couple of them. And it was like apparently like super fucking like poignant because like the entire basis of the episode of the series was like this evil corporation was making a new chip. They're like, hey, if you bring in your robot dude, we'll put this new chip in there and we'll upgrade them for free because we're a good corporation. But the chip actually takes them over, and then they become slaves to the evil company. And I'm just like, ooh, that's duplicious. Literally the plot to the first Kingsman movie.
That's crazy, man.
So I also saw the Strange Story of Erie, Indiana. Its rebirth and its reboot. Apparently, Toy Galaxy does not give a flying fuckaroni about the subjects they cover because Erie, Indiana was a kids but not kids kind of Goosebumps show before Goosebumps. And the original show that became a cult favorite never had toys made for it. So I was like, what the damn hell? But apparently, when it was remade in the late 90s for Kids WB, Wendy's had toys for them. And that's
that's weird.
That's how Toy Galaxy brought in Erie, Indiana into their showcases. Like, hey, yeah, Wendy's had toys made for the reboot of Erie, Indiana. So we're going to talk about Erie, Indiana. So like, I feel like these dudes like go out of their way to try to find the most complicated and obtuse ways to bring a show into their conversation.
That's the most obscure as fuck thing I've ever heard. It's
right?
Like a horror related, at least it sounds like horror related or spooky TV show, like put into a fucking kids meal. Yeah, don't go ahead, kids, enjoy your Happy Meal and get scared at the same time.
Yeah, well, it was definitely when it came out, it definitely was more geared towards kids than the original incarnation. So it would be like having the Goosebumps TV show, but yeah.
Okay.
Toy Galaxy also did one, and I love this show. It's called Dino Saucers. I've mentioned this show
What
before.
the fuck is this, man?
Dinosaurs from space. And it was basically Transformers with dinosaurs because the good dinosaurs could revert to their dinosaur forms, like their natural dinosaur forms, but retain their intelligence and natural abilities. But the evil dinosaurs, if they reverted to their pure dino selves, would lose their entire self and whatnot, and had to use a beam to go to regress and progress, while the heroes could do it at will. And they're like, we want that power. And it was great. The main villain was a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the main hero was an Allosaurus. And I always grew up thinking that the Allosauruses were just like cool, chill dudes because of this goddamn show. I was like, ugh, Allosauruses wouldn't eat people, and Allosauruses ate all the people.
I miss the 90s, man. I miss
Right?
the stupid, fucking, insane, crazy, awesome TV shows that came out of the 90s. What the fuck happened?
Right? It's so good. Did you watch the 13th year video?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I've seen a lot of people I've seen on YouTube cover that. I guess I've seen so many different iterations of that. But that movie is so fucking weird.
It's fine, whatever. I don't care. Dave Couliers in it. I don't know who this dude is. I don't like him, but his video intrigued me, so I watched it. The channel is called Disney Plus the Fuss. I already want to punch. Like, this dude is the kind of guy who gets like way too into Disney shit, and like he'll probably spend hours. I'm just assuming, so like take it for a grain of salt. But he'd probably spend hours fantasy booking who he'd want to do the voice cast or the live action cast of the next Disney flick, and then he'll spend 30 hours tweeting about how he loves it or hates it. Like, that's who this dude reminds me of. Because he's like super into Disney. But he did a video I had to watch. He ranked every player from the Mighty Ducks franchise that played for the Mighty Ducks.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't agree with any of his picks, at least in the order that he put them. But like, sure.
Well, you tried.
Yeah, and apparently he's not the only one to do a video like this. And now I'm thinking like, man, that'd be a good podcast idea. So like, now I'm kicking it around. But yeah, I wouldn't watch it. I would watch it.
You should try to rank them, man. Like I would like to see where you would rank.
Number one, Fulton Reed. Fuck off.
Would number two be Banks or no?
No, it'd be Dean Portman. Fuck off. Number three, Kenny Wu.
Sorry,
Fuck off.
I forgot. You had to have the Bash trio. I'm guessing, right?
Yes,
because that's what they eventually became.
Bash Trio is the only trio. I mean, obviously, Cake Eater's number one. At least if we're doing just, Disney Ducks franchise. If we're doing everyone, it's that goddamn Swedish douche from 2. He's obviously number one.
Oh my god, the coach you mean? Or
No. The star player.
Oh, okay, that dude. All right, yeah.
Good work, Captain Luck. What was that, Gunner? Jesus Christ, what was that? Was that how you talk? Let's see what else.
That movie always threw me off, man. Like fucking 12-year-old kids or whatever playing against fucking people look like they're 40.
Well, they're all supposed to be the same age.
They didn't look anywhere near it.
Then I watched a video from Danielle Netzel, who did the failed potential of the Dark Universe. It was a very enjoyable watch. That was supposed to be like the Dracula, Werewolf, Bride, and Monster Frankenstein, and all of them. But
wasn't the Mummy like the only one they tried in was the Mummy one, right?
No, the first one they tried was the Untold Story of Dracula or Dracula Untold. That was supposed to be the first one, but it was terrible. So like, we're gonna redo it with the Mummy, and that was terrible. So like,
Do you know that some company actually took that and made a video game and like made it a retro game and had nothing to do with the movie?
I did not.
So fucking weird.
Look it up later. And then lastly, although I've watched a lot of YouTube this week, so like I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of shit. I watched one called Kuga's Travel. He did an overnight trip in a first-class Japanese train. And I was like, that'd be fun as shit to do. Although I don't know where the bathroom is on this. Like, I know where the shower is on this train. So, like, I don't know. It's the bath. Because, like, it's not uncommon for some tiny houses to have a pull-out toilet.
That's interesting.
And there's a sink in this room, but I don't see a toilet. So I wonder if the toilet is a pull-out. So, yeah, that's about all I watched this week that I can remember. That's what we're talking about. So, yeah, I guess you're up.
All righty, let me pull up my list here, and I'm gonna let me dive right into. I guess the biggest one that stood out. I guess I'll start a little bit. It's more simple. Scott the Woz had a new video this week. I was actually surprised I haven't seen him in a while. He covered the Virtual Boy, and so many people have covered it before, but I did appreciate his take on it, and I love how he got like partway through the video and he grabs a game called Jack Brothers or something like that, and he's so happy he played it. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I can justify it being like thousands of dollars for me to give it a high rating, because yeah, it's a great game and all, but if you want to complete the collection, man, you're spending an upwards an arm and a leg for that shit. And I've always heard that fucking system causes eye strain and stuff. And I remember playing it as a kid. I played it like one time and I never went near it again. And the only game I ever played was what was it? Mario's Tennis or something like that. And the minute I played it, it's on such a weird like setup or whatever that your neck kind of cramps up after a while. And I think that the way it's described is that system has batteries, and you can also plug it into an AC port. I remember the person I played it at, he didn't put batteries on it, so he just had the controller plugged in directly. And I remember that as soon as that thing slid off for the first time, I was like, fuck this, I'm done with it. But yeah, it's still a great video and everything, but you can definitely see why that was one of Nintendo's bigger failures for sure. Um, Actually, I still watch him, believe it or not. I watched Pro Jared. He did a video on Final Fantasy VIII, and he kind of has a mixed feeling about that game. And he said when initially played it, he wanted to give it a second chance. Turned out it was just as bad to him as he remembers. Um, let's see. I did watch Amanda the Jedi's video on was it Shiva Baby? It's not really a movie for me, but I can see why she enjoyed it, and it's still a good video. Standout of this week, what for me was Caddy's video on the Connect games. I swear there were so many times in that video where I was just losing my shit. I could name over a handful of moments, especially like the Sesame Street part, the Get Fit with Mel B thing. That was fucking insane. And the thing where he's beating the crap out of the rabbits. There's so many good parts to it, but again, this was another thing. I owned one of these. I got rid of it recently, but I owned one of these when it initially came out, and I could definitely see the appeal of what it was trying to do, but it overall, for sure, just it didn't hit the mark. But he did mention a game in there that I loved it when it came out, and it was the most clever game ever, and it was the Gunstringer, and that was the only one that ever made good use of that system. Otherwise, the rest of that library is just utter crap as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, for an hour-long video, that's top-tier entertainment from him as usual. But aside from that, in the YouTube realm, that's about all I got.
Well, anything else that you've been watching? Because I pretty much not got none. So
I mean, I do try to watch a bunch of streaming stuff more, as much as you're not with like the whole MCU thing and the shows and stuff like that. I try to watch some of that stuff to at least stay caught up on some of these things. I have watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I do find it entertaining to a point, but I can see people's perspective on these are, real B side characters that we don't necessarily fully care about. I did also try to but the only one I haven't seen yet, I haven't caught up on the latest Mighty Ducks. I want to watch that. I have been watching, was it Invincible? Have you heard of that series, the Amazon series?
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a little bit of that. That's got some pretty gruesome action. Got a hell of a voice cast in it too, man. And I didn't even know it until I checked on it recently. Jeffrey Donovan from Burn Notice has a role in this series as well. He's like Machine Head or something like that. I didn't even realize it was him. But yeah, it's got a pretty dark story. I love the action in it. The only thing I'm against really is this kind of forced relationship between the main character and a girl he's dating. It just either you tell her or you don't that you're a superhero at this point. We're 6 episodes in, man. Just tell her. Like, why do you have to keep hiding it? There's no point at this point. She pretty much can figure it out. But yeah, a lot of these things you see coming from Hollywood, but the action is solid. The relationships in this show, aside from that one, are actually explored to a good degree. and I like it a lot. My favorite, though, by far, as far as streaming stuff, is got to be Young Rock. I'm really digging that show. I love looking at the perspective, the Rock's life and everything. And my favorite one that he's done recently was the whole thing of he used to run the phone like thing or something like he was part of the phone crew or something like that at his college, and the guy told him it was the laziest job in the world. So they just sat and watched old 80s like action flicks all day long, and then finally an inspector comes along, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, now they got to actually do their jobs. That made for a great episode. But definitely some top tier stuff people should be you should definitely check out. Aside from that though, that's about it.
All right, well, I think that'll do it for us because I have nothing else to talk about this week. Unless you do. No?
No, I'm pretty much set, man.
All right. Well, then check us out at the website, realnerdcorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com. We're on Twitter at NerdCorp, on Instagram at RealNerdCorp. You can find us on twitch.tv/RealNerdCorp and on YouTube at youtube.com by searching Real Nerd Corp. Links, as always, are on the website. Matt, what are your personals?
You can find me on Twitch at mnerdcorp, same handle on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdCorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on Instagram at Chad's Photo Hut. Be sure to check out the newest recording of the Retro Game Review. We had talked about Bart's Nightmare for the SNES. It was fun until it wasn't. So go check that out. And then we'll be back next week for another Retro Game Review and another NerdCorp podcast. For Matt, I'm Chad. Matt, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.